A water bottle seems simple and yet very important cycling accessory. In this episode, let's unpack if an insulated water bottle is worth the extra money. Hey fellow cyclists, welcome back to the channel where we're sharing cycling tips and product reviews to make our cycling experience more fun and enjoyable. Now, as we are the people from the down under, we have been enjoying a very warm summer. And during this summer, I have a nice upgrade to keep my ride cool during all my rides, which I want to unpack that with you. But before we go into that, let's talk some science. In a study about drinking cold water in relation to endurance exercise confirmed three findings. First, it reduces the rising of the core temperature. Second, it delays exhaustion in the heat and results in extending the cycling time. Third, it is a good option to pre-drink cold water before the ride to improve the endurance capacity. And you may ask, so what? Well, that is an excellent question. Even if you don't care about your cycling performance, you can still make your ride a lot more enjoyable with a sip of cold drink during those extra hot days. So let's be scientific and test out how long it will keep it cool.
In terms of the experience setup, it should be relatively simple. Got a tub of ice, 3 bottles. I'll fill up these 3 bottles with the same amount of ice and then tub of water. And then every 30 minutes, I'll come in to measure the temperature using this, and then I'll record it. Then in about an hour or two, we'll know the definite result. All right, let's get started. This is an initial check to make sure they're consistent. They're all reading above 5 degrees Celsius and 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. I think this is all good to go. Then let the nature begin. All right, before the experiment continue, maybe I should explain why I choose these 3 bottles in this experiment. So first of all, this is our standard sport bottle, which is very accessible. You can get it really cheap anywhere, probably just $10. The second one is our main feature, the insulated bottle, which I'm really interested to see how long they will actually hold the temperature. The third one is more like my comparison, because this is a stainless steel sort of thermal bottle, which normally you wouldn't take it to the ride, but I think it's got a really good thermal capacity in the past, so holding temperature really well. So we'll be interested to see the comparison between these two. All right, let's put them back into the sun and see what happens. All right, half an hour in. So let's take a thermometer and a very high-tech solution, which I prepared earlier. Piece of paper with the timing. Let's record the temperature. Coming first is the normal sport bottle. That is 65 Fahrenheit, 10 Celsius. Okay, cool. Pop it back. The second one still got a fair bit of ice in there. Pop it in, 50 Fahrenheit, 11 Celsius. Really good. Come on to the last one, 45, which is where we actually start, 7 Celsius. Okay, let's pop them back. All right, pop it back just over an hour. Now it is about 30 degrees outside, 28, 30 degrees. Pop it down, it still drop a little bit. I still feel this is a bit cold. So this is just about maybe 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, the insulated one, pop it in. So 60 Fahrenheit, 15 Celsius. All right, last one, the thermal one. Wow, look at it, drop right down. So let me do the reading, still 45. Fahrenheit. Wow, that's impressive. Now with the reading of these 3 bottles, this is the last one I go in. Let's see what happens in half an hour. Okay, now final run. Sun is almost setting, so let's finish the reading. Again, starting with a normal sport bottle. It feels pretty warm by now. I would say it's close to, let's say 85 Fahrenheit, which is probably the room temperature by now. That is about 27 degrees Celsius. That's what I expected anyway. To have a bottle outside for 1.5 hours. Then the next one, the insulated bottle, is still pretty good. 65 Fahrenheit, 18 Celsius. The last one, the thermal bottle, I think that will definitely trump all the result. Still got ice on it. Drop it back to about 45 Fahrenheit, 7 or 8 Celsius. With all 3 bottles tested, you can see the result in here. Starting with the sport bottle, which is pretty standard, like most of us would have experienced. If you top ice on top, it probably can last you 45 minutes to an hour tops, which is really okay, but not really helpful on a longer ride. Now with the thermal bottle, it does extend it probably to double it, I would say. Now in a recent ride, which is a mild weather, 25 to 30 degree, it does last up to 1.5 hours when you fill it up with ice. Now the last one, the thermal bottle, which is with a vacuum walling in between, that is whole amazing temperature property. It gained almost nothing throughout 1.5 hours, even directly baking in the sun. I know there is some product that's coming out on the market which have this similar construction with the drain cap on top, which would be amazing to try it out. Now let's get back to the studio to look at other properties.
Okay, other than keeping the cool, what other properties are important for me? I can see it from this very bottle. First, I would say is the spill proof. I was very annoyed with my old bottles and it keeps spilling if I forgot to close the nozzle when the bottle is more than a 3/4 full. It just makes the downship full of liquids as I ride along. And the second thing would be a good water flow. I don't have to squeeze hard to get a good sip of water. That is awesome. The last one would be the natural taste. I often find stainless steel and plastic bottle transfer the taste from the bottle into the liquid. Well, that's not a big deal when you add powder, but I would still prefer not to have that taste, as I often have my second bottle filled with just water. Well, despite this is a very nice bottle, there is few things that I think I don't quite like. First is the weight. It is weighed about 100 grams more heavier than a traditional single wall bottle. Second, it is actually quite bulky. It is weighed longer than the usual one and it's take up much more space. Now I'm riding a medium-sized bike. I don't think it will fit on a small or extra small bike. And the last one, I would say you can't really quite see how much you got in the bottle. This is something a personal preference. It might impact you or it might not. But the bottom line is, apart from a bit of weight and the bulkiness, it definitely keeps your drink cooler for longer. It definitely adds more enjoyment during the summer hot days. Now this will be on my bike for the next few summer to come, unless you tell me there is another option available on the market. So if you know something that I don't know, feel free to drop it in the comment. And see you until next time. Well, thanks for hanging around for this little extra. I want to share my tips of cleaning this water bottle with you, or any water bottle. Now, sometimes we left the water bottle in the bike for too long, maybe after a ride we forgot to take it out, or we just simply it just smell and yucky bit build up in there. Well, I found a good way to clean it up, a natural way using vinegar mixed with some backup soda. Make it a little bit of thick paste, then you can rub it in and then give it a good brush. Once it's brushed in, and then you run it through with hot water, and then after a while it will be as good as new. So give you this time next time if you have a smelly water bottle and you want to actually clean it and restore it. Until then, keep on pedaling. See you next time.